Hello fans and welcome to the Lovett School in Atlanta, Georgia. We are set for Westminster baseball on WCAT. Hi everyone, I'm Ben Ladner as always, and joined for the first time this season by Merritt Huber for the color commentary. Today's matchup features former AA rivals. Now one of them has moved up to AAA, that of course being Westminster. They don't get many opportunities, Merritt, to take on their rival from just across the way, so anytime you get in a game like this, it's very special.
Yeah, Ben, let me first say how glad I am to be back with you on WCAT. But we were spoiled by the last couple of years being in AA with our arch rival, Lovett. We had some good series with them, took a lot of games in the regular season from Lovett. But this one-time opportunity this year we hope to take advantage of, although our team is battered and beat up at this point.
And as I read off the lineup, you will quickly notice just what you're talking about. You have, at the top of the order, Rankin Woolley, Armand Painter, Connor Stutz, Hunter Davis in the cleanup spot, Will Benson playing center and batting fifth, Robert DeGolian on the mound this afternoon and batting sixth, Kenneth Hartsfeld playing short and hitting seventh. Hitting eighth is Charlie Bennett DHing for Shota Yasuda, and Davis Conway rounds out the bottom of the order for the Cats. So it's Woolley, Painter, Stutz, Davis, Benson, DeGolian, and Hartsfeld, Bennett, Conway. And I read off those names and you see no Dalton Light, no Blake Huber, no Nick East. A lot of guys are beaten up and injured for the Cats, and they cannot wait to get those guys back.
Yeah, and Dalton is an extreme example. He's been hurt now for 2 straight seasons, and that's a terrible blow for our team and him, obviously. But yes, we're going to get some of these guys back as we get toward the region scramble and hopefully the state playoffs, so we can make a run in the state playoffs.
And for Lovett, at the top of the order, Brady Tyndall playing left field. At shortstop, hitting second, it's Robert Winborn. Aaron Shunk, the pitcher, hitting third. Jake Fulweiler, the catcher and cleanup man. Will Garrity hits for Tommy Duffy, the third baseman. Garrity's the DH. Hardy Jackson plays second and hits sixth. Wells Williams at first. Alex Sales playing right. And Willie Candler playing center and batting ninth. Lance Ooze is the manager for Lovett, and Russell Wren for the Westminster Wildcats. We are about to have the national anthem here at Lovett. We'll have that in just a few moments. And just on the other side of that, it's Westminster versus Lovett, a rivalry renewed here on this Thursday afternoon at Lovett. So we will go straight to the national anthem from here.
In center field. Please stand, celebrate our freedom, and honor our great country, the United States of America, as we play our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
There was your national anthem. It's Westminster versus Lovett coming up. And as Aaron Shunk takes his warm-up tosses, you look at last game for the Cats, not pretty, on the wrong end of a 9-1 loss. And Hunter Davis was out there, the #1 starter for the Cats, didn't really have his best stuff. The batting order was not really able to get much going against Wesleyan's starting pitching. And we saw a fantastic game from UNC commit and Wesleyan center fielder Jahmai Jones. He is quite the talent, had a home run, a walk, and 2 just unbelievable plays in center field that you really have to see to believe, including a double play to end the game. And that sort of just summed up the way yesterday afternoon went for the Cats. So they're hoping to rebound from that loss against a tough Lovett team who actually beat Wesleyan earlier this season 7-6. And so the Cats are looking to rebound and have a good game. Like we mentioned, very banged up, missing a lot of their guys. But they still need to come out there and use the guys they do have to get the win today against a tough pitcher in Aaron Shunk, a guy who has been on the Lovett roster for quite some time, since his freshman year actually. He was part of that team that beat Westminster in the AA semifinals just 2 years ago. So Shunk, a junior, squaring off against Rankin Woolley to start the game, another junior. Woolley, the LSU commit, and we were talking before the game about Woolley's potential draft stock going forward. Many believe that he could be a draft pick and could be headed to the MLB as soon to the minor league levels in as early as 2 years.
Well, he's quite a player. He's hitting a lot of home runs this year off quality teams, so he's definitely got the potential.
Shunk's first offering is taken for a ball by Woolley, and we are underway.
Shunk's a great pitcher. I believe he's committed to go to UGA.
They're going to peel down to first just to be sure. Field umpire Michael Sherwood says that he did not go after being asked by Marion Thompson, the home plate umpire. 6:05, your time of first pitch, with a comfortable temperature of 82 degrees. Beautiful day for baseball, maybe even a little warm. This heater is in there for a strike, and you could hear that one pop in the mitt. It's 2-1 to Woolley.
That was a high outside call. I hope we get that.
And yesterday we saw that inside corner to right-handed batters noticeably not being called. It was consistent with both teams, but it definitely changed the way that the pitchers attacked the batters of the opposing teams. And so it looks like the umpire is being generous with the right side of the plate again this afternoon. 2-2 to Woolley. He goes the other way to the right side, and he starts off the game with a base hit. So Rankin Woolley is aboard to begin the ball game, and that will bring up another junior, Armand Painter.
Super adjustment by Rankin on that. The umpire forced him to get up in the zone. The last two strikes were high. He just got his hands up and just laced it right into the opposite field.
Nothing Hardy Jackson or Wells Williams could do on the right side of the infield. So Woolley's aboard, and Painter steps in. Rankin not running on the play. The pitch is a strike to Painter. The Cats have a lot of guys that can run when they get on the base pads.
I think we'll see Rankin try it right here.
Against the right-handed pitcher, they are going to throw a snap throw over to first just to check on Rankin, and he's back in there with a dive. Shunk with a couple looks over, comes to the plate. Woolley is not moving. Ground ball to short. Potential double play ball. And they'll only get one. So Woolley is cut down at first, and Painter reaches on the fielder's choice.
Now batting for the Wildcats, senior right fielder, number 15, Connor Stutz.
And that will bring Connor Stutz to the plate. Connor nearly extended the game yesterday with a double in the gap, but like we mentioned earlier, a fantastic play by Jemai Jones. He made a full extension layout grab to catch the ball, had the presence of mind to get back up and throw out Painter, who was at first on the play, and that actually ended the game for the Wildcats. So Stutz crushed the ball the last time he was up, but had nothing to show for it. A snap throw back to check on Painter, and he's just barely back in there.
That last play you're talking about was quality on quality. Quality hitter, got a double stolen by a quality outfielder.
Here's a fly ball to the right side. It may drop, but a fine play by the right fielder. Alex Sales is going to get the out, so Painter will have to stay where he is.
Left fielder.
And now with two out, the left fielder, yesterday's starting pitcher, Hunter Davis, is going to come to the plate.
Hunter Davis is batting as well as anybody on this team. He will put the ball in play for sure.
And we didn't see him hitting much last season, as he was normally the #1 starting pitcher for this team. And when he did hit, it was usually lower in the order in the 7 or 8 hole. But this year, being asked to move up, fill the role of Jake 40 in the cleanup hole.
Yeah, that was a different team last year. We graduated 6 seniors, and there's a lot of offense that graduated with that group.
Guys like Jake 40, McLean Bradley, Nelson Douglas, all leaving the team. Here's a strike in there against Davis. 0-1 the count. Shunk peers in. A throwback. They nearly got Painter. He would have been safe anyway, but the ball trickled away from Wells Williams.
Shunk has a great move to first.
Very quick. He gets that right foot off the rubber very quickly and gets the ball over. Painter taking a large lead. Seems to be testing Shunk early here. Fastball in there. Another strike, and Shunk is ahead 0-2.
Shunk's throwing hard. Got a good fastball. I'd like to see what he's got for a curve.
Comes set. A throwback. Painter in with a dive, back easily. Painter is taking a lot of Shunk's attention, but despite that fact, Shunk is still ahead in the count, 0-2. On the outside corner, outside. Lovett dugout doesn't like it, but they didn't get a good look at it.
That was well off the plate.
Ball clearly outside, and so the count runs to 1-2. Another throw to check on Painter. And we saw some of this last game too with Painter on base. A lot of pickoff moves over to check on him. Swing and a miss. Ball tipped into the mitt of Jake Fulweiler, and Davis is down on strikes to end the frame. So the Cats get a hit and a fielder's choice, but they leave a man on base. After half an inning, we head to the bottom of the first with your score 0-0. Lovett is coming up in the bottom of the inning. Stay with us on WCAT. Yeah, that's all. Welcome back to Westminster Baseball on WCAT. An unfamiliar face out on the mound today. It's Robert DeGolian, the senior, mostly known as an infielder, but today, because of the injuries and the big cluster of games all together in 1 week, DeGolian being called upon to pitch. And so Brady Tyndall will be the first man to greet him. We were talking during the break, DeGolian not accustomed to pitching, and so you were saying you expect Lovett to come out swinging early in the game.
I do. They're very aware of our injuries. Our DL is deep with pitchers on the shelf, so they're going to try to get to him early and get into our weakened bullpen as fast as they can.
DeGolian's second offering is low in the dirt. He told me earlier today that a lot of the guys on the Lovett team who he is friends with outside of school were texting him last night once they got word that he was a starting pitcher, talking a little friendly trash talk And you can bet that the noise you hear from the Lovett dugout right now is with the intent to get into Degolian's head. It doesn't work that time as he gets this one across for a strike. It's 2-1.
Well, these teams know each other very well, growing up in Buckhead, playing at Buckhead Baseball or NYO, so some of it's very friendly, some maybe not so much.
So Degolian evens up the count against Tyndall. It's now 2-2 after the foul tip. Digo has appeared in a few games earlier this season, but if you ask him, he'll definitely tell you his preference is to be in the field either at second base or shortstop. This one low and away, and the count runs full to the first batter of the game for Lovett, Brady Tyndall.
Digo did pitch some this past summer for the summer team, 6-4-3, and I hear he did a very good job, so we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt and hope that he can go deep in this game.
The 3-2 pitch. Ground ball back through the middle. So a base hit to start the game for Tyndall. And Digo nearly used some of that infield background to get to that ball. Came out of the follow-through position very quickly to try to get a glove on that, but was unable to. So we'll see how Degolian reacts early in the game here with a runner on. And Robert Winborn now the batter. These two Roberts very close friends with one another, but here on the baseball field will be adversaries today. This one gets away from the catcher Davis Conway, but no further advance by Tyndall.
Well, I don't want to bore the crowd too much with the litany of pitchers on the disabled list, but it's long and it's deep. Hopefully we can get some of these people back for the region scramble that begins next week.
Winborn showing bunt. He pops it up. Can anyone get there? No, it drops in front of the Westminster dugout for strike one against Winborn. Conway popped out of the crouch. Degolian sprinted off the mound, and Painter hustled over from first, but none in the trio could get to the ball.
Well, when you're bunting, that's certainly not what you intend to do. That's the worst thing you can do is pop up a bunt attempt.
I was watching Winborn take some cuts in practice. The first ball he hit down the right field line, second ball down the left field line, third straight away to center, and the fourth he dropped a perfect bunt down the right field line. This one sails over Painter's head on the pickoff attempt.
Well, I'm afraid that's the effect of not really being out there making that move too many times. Nobody's hurt here. Let's just face this batter and get him out.
So charge and error to the pitcher. That one may have just slipped out of his hand. It sailed way over Painter's head. Degolian didn't throw over with the intent of really getting Tyndall out, more just to check on him. Pitch to Winborn. He's not bunting this time. Pitches off the plate. Ball two.
Roberts a spirited competitor. He's going to give it his all out there today.
Really scrappy guy, former football player and 4-year varsity basketball player, a captain on the team this past season, and of course a baseball player as well. Winborn trying to go the other way. He sprays it foul to the right side. So count runs to 2-2.
I'll tell you, when Digo enters the basketball court, that team changes. It gets fired up. It starts moving faster and quicker. He's a spark plug.
Certainly brings an energy. Captain and starter this past season on a pretty good basketball team, if I do say so myself.
Very good.
Breaking ball hit to the right side. Into right field. Tyndall's going to get a stop sign as the ball rolls into Conway, and Lovett has him at the corners with nobody out here in the first inning.
He's number 22.
Pretty good breaking ball that time by Degolian, but Winborn was waiting on it, and he poked it to the right side through the hole between first and second for a base hit, and now the pitcher, Aaron Shunk, will try and help himself out here with nobody out in the first inning.
Well, first and third. The guy at first, he'll be looking to steal. Winborn will wait a pitch or two before he tries.
So here's Shunk. He stands in wearing the protective plate on the inside of his left calf.
I'm not sure if it's like
And he takes high for ball 1. Like I mentioned earlier, Shunk has been an instrumental part of Lovett ball clubs of years past. He battled some injury last season, didn't appear in all of the games that Westminster played against Lovett. Flies one into center. This should be enough to get a run home. Benson makes the catch. Throws home. It's cut off by Painter, and Lovett has the game's first run.
That was a good piece of batting. Put the ball up in the air deep enough to get the run home on a tag up. Lovett leads 1-0.
For the Lovett Lions. He's our senior catcher, number 19, Jake Fullweiler.
So that will bring up Jake Fullweiler, the senior. Another one of those guys who grew up in the Buckhead baseball program, like many of the guys you see on the field here today. So Fullweiler stands in, batting cleanup this season after another former catcher, Nick Cancellieri, graduated last season. Pickoff attempt, this time right on the money to Painter. So Fullweiler stands in, still awaiting his first pitch. Degolian shakes off one side, now has the one he wants. Here's the delivery. Off the outside corner for ball 1.
That's shaved right on the black edge of that plate. Digo's going to need that call.
Yeah, when you're an inexperienced pitcher, it's good to be able to work with as much of the plate as you can. And unfortunately that time, Digo didn't get the call. Runner going. Foul tipped off of Conway's arm. It looked like it just nicked him. Not enough to cause any damage.
A little hit and run there by Coach Oobs, trying to get some production moving. Jake's a solid catcher. I know he hit his first home run the other day. He's got the power.
So he stands in, looking to stretch this Lovett lead. There's a runner on first. Another move over, another high throw.
Digo needs to throw that with a little more authority. It's almost as if you try to lob it over, it's going to be more inaccurate. You need to just go ahead and throw it.
Maybe thinking too much on the pickoff attempt. So the Cats will be wary of the hit and run. It's not on here, and the pitch is off the plate again. Degolian really working for that outside corner, and so far he's not been getting it from home plate umpire Marion Thompson. Pretty good fan contingency here from both sides. A lot of Westminster parents, as well as a few Westminster seniors down there right next to the Wildcat dugout. This one in the upper part of the zone for a strike, and the count evens to 2-2.
Well, Fullweiler better be ready to swing. 2-2. See a good quality curveball from Digo.
I'd figure he'd get something to hit here. We'll see. Another throw over. Painter nearly applied a sneaky tag there. He's a fine defensive first baseman. We've seen him make a number of nice plays so far this season, including one against Blessed Trinity when he leaned all the way into the opposing dugout to make a nice grab. Here's the pitch. Runner not going. Fullweiler does not chase on the curveball in the dirt. And the count runs full once again for the second time this inning.
You'll not see a finer first baseman in this region, or even this classification we're in, 3A. Armand Pater is as smooth as silk at first.
Here's the payoff pitch to Fullweiler. There goes the runner. Pitch is high, and he walked him. Degolian's first free pass of the game.
Now batting for the Lovett Lions. He's our designated hitter. He's number 30.
Robert's pitch count is getting too high as it is. He's already at 19 pitches, a third of an inning.
A quick ground ball potentially could change that.
Catcher number 2, Andrew Scout.
Here's Will Garrity, the DH. He's quite an athletic talent. He's going to the University of Richmond to play football and baseball.
So he will join Dalton Light next season on the baseball field, at least, as Light is committed to play ball at Richmond. Coach is stuck with him despite those 2 ACL tears that he suffered the past 2 years. This one catches the outside corner to Garrity for strike one.
It's a good way to get ahead early, Robert.
Garrity's brother, Jack, played for Lovett 3 years ago, I should say, and went on to pitch at the University of North Carolina. He has quite an arm, and I got a chance to see him pitch over the summer in the Sun Belt League as DeGolian burns this one by Garrity for strike two. I got a chance to see Jack Garrity pitch over the summer league, and he looked fantastic. So he hopes to continue a good career up at Chapel Hill. His brother Will hits here with 1 out and 2 on and 2 strikes on him. The pitch from DeGolian. Tried to get him to chase, and it was outside. It's been primarily fastballs here from DeGolian for the first third of his first inning. The ground ball here could get him out of the inning. Here's the pitch, outside.
Ooh, right on the paint again. Robert's curveball has some good bite to it. It's just a little bit wide of the plate.
So Garrity stands in there, blue compression sleeve down midway down his right arm, waving the bat above his shoulder. Here's the pitch. Sprays it to the right side, foul over the Westminster bullpen.
Got his hands up nicely there. That was a well-driven ball, although foul.
So Garrity will look to straighten that out a little bit. DeGolian will look to get the ball somewhere in the lower part of the zone and hopefully get a ground ball and let his infield get him out of this inning. DeGolian peers in, comes set from the stretch, he delivers. Ground ball to first. Armand steps on the bag. We bobbled it on the transfer, and because of that, the Cats will only get 1 out.
Well, that's unfortunate. We had the makings of a good double play there. He just kind of doubled clutch, so I guess he was trying to get a grip on the ball. Nevertheless, 2 down. We can get out of this jam right here. Hardy Jackson's a good hitter. I wouldn't be surprised if he jumps on the first pitch.
So Digo would do well to limit the damage to just 1 run this inning. He's only allowed 2 hits. Ground ball to second base. Yasuda has it, and it pulled Painter off the bag. 2 runs are going to come in on the throwing error by Conway. So he did indeed jump on the first pitch, and it had the looks of an inning-ending ground ball out, but unfortunately Yasuda threw it wide of the bag, and Painter stretched all he could but couldn't get there to make the grab.
Well, you got to set your feet and make a good throw in that position, and he just he took his time, but it was just a little wide of the plate, of the bag.
Strike 1 to Wells Williams, an NYO product. DeGolian looks over to check on Jackson. Here's the pitch, grounded to Hartsfeld at short, tricky hop. He'll step on the bag himself, and the Cats will get out of the inning. So, Lovett tallies 2 hits on the inning, gets 3 runs, thanks in most part to an error by the second baseman. So 3 runs, only 1 of them earned for DeGolian here in the first inning, and the Cats already in a hole headed to the second inning. Stay with us on WCAT.
Center fielder.
Welcome back. We have more Westminster baseball on WCAT. It's Wilt Benson to lead things off here in the top of the second inning. Benson, a bright spot, one of the few bright spots yesterday for Westminster against Wesleyan, a game in which the Cats lost 9-1. Benson takes strike one here to start the at-bat. Benson, the lefty, very skilled athlete in both basketball and baseball, could probably pick up another sport if he so chose. Takes inside for strike two, and he's quickly in an 0-2 hole. Here's Shunk. Fouled off by Benson.
You know, Will needed to swing at anything close there. Not a good thing to strike out looking if you're leading off the inning.
Benson digs in with that left foot, one wave of the bat, and now waves it, circles it over his left shoulder. Here's Shunk's delivery. Here's a fly ball into center on a rope, but right at the center fielder, Willie Candler. And Benson is allowed out number one.
Wildcat shortstop.
Put just a little bit too much on that ball. He smoked it into center field, but Willie Candler was able to get in front of it and record the out.
And, you know, if that ball had been a little bit to the right or left, if that ball had dropped, that would have been something to worry about for Lovett. Will Benson is a speedy athlete capable of turning one base into two real quick.
So here is the starting pitcher, Robert DeGolian. Gave up one earned run in the first inning, however 3 runs total, as Lovett took advantage of an error to bring home 2 in what should have gotten the Cats out of the inning. Digo takes a strike here, 1-0 to start the at-bat.
And what he does want to do is he wants to try and start some offense for himself to really help him in this pitching outing.
So DeGolian looking to help himself here. Pops one up, shallow right field. Not a catch. Oh, they're going to say he caught it. Alex Sales came on with a dive. I thought he clearly trapped the ball. I mean, I thought it was obvious that he trapped that ball and did not catch it. The umpires hesitated to make the call initially, but and now they're going to confirm the call and say he's out. Unbelievable.
I definitely thought I saw that ball bounce, but that might make Sports Center if that truly was a catch.
Well, it was nothing like any of the catches Jahmai Jones made yesterday. Still a good play by Sales. Give him credit. He hustled over, made a nice hustle play, but clearly trapped the ball. Umpires hesitated to make the call, and then Sales got up and held the ball up as if he had caught it. And so maybe an Oscar waits in Sales' future for that. So the Cats are robbed of a hit here.
Yeah,
at the top of the second inning. Mark that down. That could end up being a turning point.
That could definitely be a great skill to have in baseball, is the being able to act.
Shallow fly. Base hit by Hartsfeld. Some of the fans, tongue-in-cheek, saying that he caught it, obviously referring to the previous play. But, man, I certainly thought that Digo had a base hit.
I think
Home plate umpire Marion Thompson did not agree.
If not a nice catch, it was certainly a nice effort, nonetheless. To
throw to check on Hartsfeld. We were talking earlier, Merritt and I were in the top of the first inning. Shunk has an outstanding move to first base, and he shows it off again there. So Charlie Bennett stands in the box, the DH. Shunk with a quick step throws it right by Charlie Bennett, who was way late on the fastball.
If I'm not mistaken, Charlie, the only sophomore on this varsity team right now, making the start at DH. Pretty impressive, good feature for this program.
Charlie, not usually a guy who plays a ton, but because of all these injuries, Matthew, you said it, getting the start at DH. And so hoping to make the most of his opportunity. He pops one up. We'll see if it will stay in play. Looks like it will. And a good catch in foul territory by the left fielder, Brady Tyndall. Will get the Cats out of the inning, or get Lovett out of the inning, I should say. So, 1 hit, no runs, one very, very controversial call. Regardless, it's still 3-0 Lovett as we head to the bottom of the second inning. We'll be right back on WCAT. So Alex Sales, who was one of the beneficiaries of last inning's controversial catch or trap call, will come to the plate. Sales with his first at bat of the game. Lovett already leads 3-0 thanks to 3 first inning runs. Sales takes high for ball 1.
And it would definitely be a good idea for Dio to keep the ball down in the strike zone this inning, earning 2 unearned runs.
Sales smacks one into left field. This is going to be at least 2. Hunter Davis tracks it down, gets it back in, and Sales is aboard with a leadoff double. He smoked that ball into left.
He's our senior center fielder. He's number 7, Willie Candler.
And now that'll bring up Willie Candler, the center fielder. Served mostly as a courtesy runner, pinch runner, occasional 4th outfielder for Lovett last season, but this year earning a spot as the starting center fielder. Also, a lot of Westminster fans may remember him as the 3-year starting quarterback for Lovett's football team. Candler shows bunt and takes outside. Candler has actually started 4 games against Westminster in his career. He came on his freshman year because of an injury. Maybe not. He might not have started his freshman year, but played the majority of the game after an injury to Lovett's starting quarterback. So Candler came on, and starting at the beginning of his sophomore year, he had the job ever since. He lays down a bunt, and DeGolian throws it away. Cats are shooting themselves in the foot here early in this game, and Sales is going to score.
You know, the Cats really are shooting themselves in the foot. They have 2 unearned runs already, and then 3 errors according to the scoreboard, which is definitely not what you want this early in the ball game. That's more than you should have for the entire game, really.
Charged DeGolian with his 2nd error of the game, and Westminster's now down 4-0. So Brady Tyndall, the batter, stepping to the plate. Tyndall is 1 for 1. He started off the game with a base hit, or pardon me, I should say, on an error. No, he singled to start the game and then advanced to second on the bad pickoff throw by DeGolian. So it's 4-0 Lovett. Cats, if they're going to be competitive in this game, need to start making something happen quick. Good stop by Davis Conway.
You know, DeGolian looks kind of out of sync today. That one not even passing the plate, but I know he can get it going again.
Lovett dugout making all the noise they can. Tyndall steps out of the box. There goes the runner. Hit and run was on. It's a fly ball to right. Cats may have a chance at a double play. Stutz with a quick throw back in, but they didn't get there in time.
And that was a laser by Stutz that time. It was great play to throw that ball. And almost got him out there.
Number 17.
They nearly had him as the hit and run was on, but Stutz made a nice play. And the runner, Willie Candler, who has speed, had to hustle on back to first. So that brings up Robert Winborn, an infielder and pitcher for Lovett. Takes in the dirt for a ball. You know, Lovett, a very good team in their own right, but does not have the star power that we saw yesterday from a team like Wesleyan, with Jemai Jones, the Hall brothers. You have Andrew Sauer on the mound. A lot of guys committed to play at pretty big-name college schools. Lovett is a team that's going to beat you with a lot of solid guys. You know, you go up and down their lineup. It's pretty consistent all the way through. Doesn't really drop off anywhere. And so while they may not have a Jemai Jones on their team, one could say to that, who does? Ground ball to Yasuda, makes the play this time, and Winborn is retired, moving up the runner 90 feet.
And, you know, that's true what you said about Lovett. They have a system, really, and so does Westminster. They have similar systems, similar styles of play. But, you know, these teams are both very good year in and year out.
So Wesleyan, probably the most talented team Westminster's going to see all season, just in terms of on paper, sheer raw talent on a baseball field. But Lovett, you know, has these guys that are solid, that know what their role is and play their role very well, and they play as a team. And you may say in baseball, you know, it's not as much, it's more of an individual sport, but that may be true, but still very much a team aspect to the game. And Lovett plays very well with that team aspect. Very smart ball club. They're disciplined at the plate, as we've seen in this game, forcing DeGolian to throw a lot of pitches, taking a lot of pitches, very disciplined. They're crisp in the field, and they have strong pitching, as we've seen from Shunk. So an overall very solid Lovett ball club, as Shunk takes 3-0. Let's see if he has the green light here on 3-0. He may get the take sign from his manager, Lance Oods. Here's the pitch. He did not have the take sign, and he blisters this one into left field for a homer. That one is gone. Aaron Shunk with a 2-run blast to left field on 3-0.
And that was just one where the second it comes off the bat, you automatically know that's out of here. That was just smoked into left field over the wall for a 2-run homer. Definitely has been in the weight room and can really rip that ball.
DeGolian threw a get-me-over fastball, and Shunk was waiting for it, and he was all over it.
Now batting for the Lovett
That is now the 6th Lovett run of the game.
He's number 19.
And quickly, through just 1 1/3 innings pitched, DeGolian has already given up 4 earned runs. Pardon me, 5 earned runs, or 3 I should say. As errors and untimely hits by Lovett have really led to a self-destruction of sort by the Cats. Fulweiler takes outside. Or pardon me, it was called a strike, so it's 1-1. Man, Shunk absolutely torched that ball. It went just to the left of the flagpole, out in left field. I mean, that ball was absolutely crushed. So here's DeGolian on 2-1. Outside again. He's really been trying to use that outside corner to righties all game long, but hasn't really gotten many calls on that location. Here's a foul ball. Over to the right side, well out of play.
And these Lovett hitters, just like Westminster, but Lovett definitely have a lot of power in their swing, and you know, when that ball comes off that bat, it comes off with power.
Inside to Fulweiler as he draws a walk.
Lovett's batter, he's our senior DH.
And that'll now bring up Will Garrity.
Number 30, Will Garrity.
And Matthew, you mentioned those powerful bats. Lovett, also with those powerful bats, has really been coming out swinging in this game. I talked about it earlier with Merritt when he was on about the inexperience of Dugolian, how he hasn't seen many innings out on the mound. And because of that, we said we expected Lovett to come out just swinging at a lot of things. And while they're being disciplined, I mean, if it's close, they're swinging, they're taking cuts because they know that with an inexperienced pitcher, maybe they rattle him early, which they did, they might be able to explode for a few runs, which they have.
And I know that Westminster, one of the faults they have, and they don't have many, but one of their things is they don't get many innings out there for their young pitchers. And Dugolian, now a senior, to not have seen much time on the mound like this is not a good thing if you're the Westminster Wildcats. If they've struggled anywhere, it's been in their pitching rotation. They've always had, you know, an ace that's been very good, and Hunter Davis is it this year. And but then once they get to the back half of their rotation, they just kind of get lost, and it's never really a good deal for them because they want to bring their best shot every single time.
And in fairness to Dugolian and to the coaching staff, just to counter your point a little bit, often you're not usually playing, as this one is scorched into left center. It's going to drop for a double. Here comes the courtesy runner Scalf around. He's going to score. And Garrity stands in at second with a double. So I'll get to my point in just a minute, but Lovett really piling it on here. So Andrew Scalf, the courtesy runner, came around to score, and Garrity pulled in with a double. But Matthew, to your point, typically you're not always this injured. You don't always have this many arms on the disabled list, and you're not always playing this many games in 1 week. So you don't usually need to throw that many pitchers out there because you'll have time to rest them, as this one is a fly ball into left. Diving catch by Davis. Hunter Davis with a diving grab and a great play to end the second inning. So as I was saying, you don't have this many games in a week, so you have more time to rest your pitchers, and you don't need to rely on those back into the rotation pitchers, so you only really need 3 pitchers total, typically. However, in this week and these past 2 weeks, Westminster's played a lot of games, so they've had to use a lot more pitchers. And also, when in a normal season, you don't usually have this many arms on the disabled list. Like I said, you have Blake Huber right now injured, Dalton Light also injured. So you're really scraping the bottom of the pan, so to speak, when it comes to pitching. And that could be a reason that we're seeing Dugolian struggle so much. He just doesn't have the experience that you're talking about, and because of that, isn't used to pitching in these big games like we're seeing. So we are in between the second and third innings. I'm Ben Ladner along with Matthew Failer. I'm going to have to sign off right now to head to an a cappella practice, but we will have Avery Rotes filling in shortly on the other side of this break. So the game's not over yet, but I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, go Cats. We'll be right back on the other side of this break for more Westminster baseball on WCAT.
Back in the game, Matthew Failer. I'm joined by Avery Rotes here. Avery, what are you thinking of this game so far?
It's been a tough one for the Cats with all the injuries and everything, but I think we've got a chance to come back still early in the game.
As he offers the pitch, and Conway, swings on it for strike.
Google it. Go to Max.
Aaron Shunk's pitched a great game so far. I mean, UGA commit, home run. He's doing it all right now.
Aaron Shunk has definitely been good, only allowing 2 hits so far in his shutout. As he steps off the mound real quick, capture himself.
He went to go find something.
And Conway swings on that hard for strike 3. You'd definitely like to see a swinging strike 3 instead of called.
Number 12.
Definitely favorable.
Maybe Rankin can get us going, start off the game with a hit.
As Rankin Woolley stands in. And he drives that hard into left field. Line drive, that'll be a single, but of course takes the turn to give them the threat of going to second.
Westminster's batter, first baseman.
Armand Painter stands in. Painter's been up to bat 1 time previously in this game, getting into a 6-3 out. And he'll stand in again. The first baseman, lefty.
I thought I was announcing last night, so I made a roster. Actually, can I use your computer? I need to sign that.
And the Lovett catcher, not sure the name of him, but he fires a shot to second base.
I think that's number 19, Jake Fullweiler. Fullweiler.
Yeah, 0.
Painter will take a second. Too low that time for Painter. Ball 2.
Pencil. Pencil.
As Shunk offers the pitch. Too low and outside that time again for Painter. Works him to a 3-1 count. Shunk comes set, steps off. That too high. Shunk gives him ball 4 for a walk to Painter.
Wildcats batter, senior right fielder number 15, Connor Stutz.
As Connor Stutz comes in, ready to get this going.
Stutz comes with a lot of power. Maybe he can get something sparked here.
Connor Stutz, I believe, going to play collegiate baseball at, not sure exactly where right now. Actually, Notre Dame, as with lacrosse commit from Westminster to Notre Dame, Charlie Trent's is definitely a good senior class this year. As Stutz swings through the second offering.
Notre Dame's kind of had a spot for a lot of Westminster athletes. You know, Charlie Trentz, Connor Stutz, and I believe Jake Johnson now plays there.
Jake having his brother Luke also on this team last year. Committed to Butler, playing over there right now. As Stutz swings through strike 2. Let's see what Shunk's got for him next. As that is a strike 3 for Stutz, and he is out. That's 2 straight. Not 2 straight strikeouts. That is 1 strikeout for Aaron Shunk, while having 2 outs, 2 on.
Hunter Davis up to bat now, also going to play college baseball at Duke.
Davis making a nice play in left field earlier as Woolley slides into third.
Shunk's just had the Westminster batters fooled all game with weird swings, short swings, looking strikeouts. Had them on their toes.
I was going to say that time, that did not look like a full swing for Hunter Davis. You never want to, you know, half swing. You always want to go all the way. Oh. And that was a full swing and an error by the shortstop for Lovett.
That's great hustle there by number 10, Armand Painter. You know, Coach Wren talks a lot about being aggressive, and that was definitely an aggressive base taken right there.
As Davis gets to second off the error, comes in Will Benson, number 25, lefty center fielder. Shunk shaking off a signal for his catcher before he comes set. And Benson takes a huge swing at that. Foul, tipping it out of bounds.
Ooh.
Lucky to not hurt someone there. Oh. Definitely caused a commotion in the stands with that one.
You know, Benson's just off. Hopefully he'll be able to straighten one out. He had a hard line drive in his first at bat. It'd be great if he could do that again.
Benson doesn't like that pitch. This leads to a strike 2. While he clears off the batter's box, hoping to get a better footing. A little bit of junk thrown there by Shunk, hoping to get Benson to swing at it for a bad strike 3, but the experienced Benson does not budge. Oh, and Shunk had a nice move there.
Yeah, that was a close call.
Tried to pick him off, throwing to the shortstop. number 17, Robert Winborn, to try and pick off Davis, but no dice. As Shunk works Benson to a full count there, going 3-2. Shunk getting the signal. Definitely wants to get a strikeout and get himself out of this inning as he comes set. That is swung on by Benson. Almost hits the manager in the dugout, Max Withrow.
It's been a great at-bat by number 25, Will Benson. You know, just working the pitcher, maybe even wearing him down a little bit. It'd be great. If the pitcher gets a little tired, the Cats could take advantage of that.
And you know, Shunk has been lights out until this inning, allowing 2 runs. Possibly heightening the pitch count like this with Benson is definitely giving him his last leg here. As Benson lines that hard to center field, and that is out of here.
And that ball is just a shot right out of here, line drive.
Home run by Will Benson. Very good. Very good.
And see, fighting off all those pitches, getting the pitcher deep in the count, seeing more pitches, finally pays off, and one swing puts the Cats right back in this ball game.
Benson definitely a bright spot for these Wildcats. Not that there are too many dark spots on the team, but definitely has been a great player since his freshman year being a swing player.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that's all it takes. One swing, get the team some momentum back, get the Cats rolling.
That brings the run count to 4 for this inning. Wildcats definitely back in it now. As DeGolian in kind of a pitcher face-off does not budge on the pitch for ball 2. Oh. Good awareness by Shunk, charging towards the first base bag. Kind of a swinging bunt by DeGolian there, just kind of rolled, but they always teach you as a pitcher, if something goes to the right side of the infield to charge for the first base bag. Shunk does it that time and it pays off for him.
And now in number 19, Jack Polhemus, freshman actually. He was called up last second today due to the many injuries for the Cats. This is a debut for the young player, and what a great moment for him.
Jack Polhemus, definitely a great player, making varsity as a freshman. Polhemus has been good on all levels he's played. Coming up to 9th grade, first year of eligibility, makes the team. Not really a common thing you see on the Westminster baseball team. There's only one sophomore, I believe. And the only freshman in recent years, to my knowledge, who's made it varsity his freshman year has been Rankin Woolley, and he's definitely turned out to be something.
Yeah, you know, Jack is a great fielder, and so I think the varsity saw that and figured why not give him a chance.
New pitcher for the Wildcats, number 2, Kenneth Hartsfeld. Now batting for the Lovett Lions, senior first baseman, number 11, Wells Williams.
And I do believe I see a pitching change here for the Wildcats. We have number 2 standing in. Number 2, Kenneth Hartsfeld coming up to pitch.
Kenneth is an interesting pitcher. He started off the season coming over the top, and about a month into the season, Coach Ring gave him the idea to start throwing submarine, and I think it's definitely worked out for him, and he's still learning it.
That is a hit by pitch there. Hartsfeld, as you said, still learning this submarine throwing style. I guess he hasn't gotten the control down too much as he hits him there. As Hartsfeld is offering the pitch. And that's strike one right there. Starts the at-bat with a strike. Always what you want to do as a pitcher.
That's a great pitch on the outside corner. He really hitting his spots.
And just very impressive for someone who's only been pitching submarine style for about maybe a month now to be able to have that kind of location with his fastball. Oh, and the great changeup by Hartsfeld gets him to swing early and completely swing through that changeup.
Lovett's batter, senior center fielder,
great
number
pitch
7,
by Hartsfeld.
Willie Candler, number 7, actually committed to play college football at West Georgia. Started at quarterback for the Lovett Lions, and it's pretty good.
Willie Candler, as mentioned earlier, quarterback, the Lovett Lions state championship winner, as he smokes one. Kind of grounder into the outfield.
Now batting for the Lovett Lions, left fielder.
As Jack Paul Hemus misses the pick there to let it roll. That catchy walk-up song signifies Brady Tyndall coming up to bat. He scored the first run of the game, eventually getting around home plate. Let's see how he attacks this new pitcher in Kenneth Hartsfeld. Strike one.
There's that slow changeup again.
And that is really sneaky when it comes on it, you know. I think it would be safe to say a lot of batters haven't seen submarine pitchers before. And so, a lot of being a batter is watching the arm angle and how they throw the pitch before it even comes out of their hands. And not being experienced with submarine pitchers, it's definitely a difficulty for a lot of batters out there.
Westminster's always kind of had that one submarine pitcher. The past few years it was Merritt Huber. And I think Kenneth may be able to take that role as only a junior so he can continue his submarine career into his senior year.
And submarine pitchers, you can hide your curveball very well, and the ball almost pretty much spins sideways automatically. So your fastball and breaking ball pretty much look the same. So I know Craig Kimbrell just traded, was almost nearly a submarine pitcher, more sidearmed, but that was a lot of the thing with him was he can throw a very good breaking ball that looks exactly like his fastball.
It also helps to have about a 98-mile-per-hour fastball.
I've heard that does help.
And maybe Kenneth's on his way there, but got a little bit of room to improve.
Davis Conway has been silent but solid in this game, it seems. Not having any errors, if I'm not mistaken, at catcher. He's just a little guy, but he plays bigger than he is. Very physical, and definitely knows the game well enough to be able to play in position.
Yeah, I would say that I'm not sure he suspected that he was going to play in this game coming in, with Rankin and Nick East both ahead of him. But with all the injuries to the Cats, Nick East with a concussion last night against Wesleyan and that tough loss, and Rankin having some elbow issues, allowed him to get some playing time. And he's done an excellent job backing up two very good players.
A surprising choice not to pull up superstar Rankin Thompson from the JV to be the catcher for this game, with a lot of measurables very good. The size of his hands are immense, and you know, he would have been a good bet to catch for this game, but they go with Davis Conway instead.
Hopefully we'll see some Rankin Thompson in the near future.
We can only hope. As Hartsfeld offers the pitch to Robert Winborn. Robert Winborn has had some good hits in this game. Scoring on a single and coming around, but definitely has had a lively bat in this game.
Definitely some controversy over the umpires. You hear the Westminster fans heckling him. There's been some controversial calls throughout the game.
Oh, definitely. Just like in the early innings of this game, where people were not too happy by the call in the outfield of that either catch or trap. Nobody really knows, but Westminster fans especially are not happy with this umpire. But as Kenneth Hartsfeld gets the better of Robert Winborn on that pitch there, working him to a full count.
That's a huge double play right there, getting us out of a pickle.
Getting us out of a pickle there with the force at home. Double play. We will be back at you other side of the inning with more Westminster baseball action.
Wildcats pitcher.
And we are back with Wildcats action. Wildcat pitcher Kenneth Hartsfeld coming up to bat, hoping to rip some into the outfield and possibly homer in this inning to get the Cats out of a pickle.
And we've got a pitching change where a shortstop and pitcher switch off. Shunk goes to the shortstop. Robert Winborn, number 17, senior, comes in to pitch.
Definitely wants to get something going for the bats of the Cats. Interesting story, Kenneth Hartsfeld, who was actually involved in a very bad car accident during the summer of this year. Nearly lost his life, actually, I believe, and it was definitely a long recovery for him. Had a lot of braces and stitches in his face, and it was not a pretty thing to see. But we are happy he's back and playing well.
It really shows the heart of a player to get back so quickly from an injury like that. And you know what? He's making an impact on the varsity team.
It definitely shows his heart. Maybe that's why they call him the King of Hearts, Kenneth Hartsfeld.
Probably why.
As he calls a little timeout to get himself going. Didn't like how long the pitcher was taking to choose a pitch there. As Hartsfeld swings through that fastball.
Wildcats batter.
Brings big lefty Charlie Bennett up to the plate.
Charlie Bennett.
The only sophomore on the team. Extra hitting today, not playing in the field. Let's see what he can do. Maybe he can get something going.
And that is a strike coming in from Robert Winborn, replacing Aaron Shunk as the pitcher. The only question is who replaced him at shortstop.
The umpire's been very inconsistent. I saw that pitch earlier and not called a strike. As the Wildcat fans show some more anger towards the umpire.
Charlie definitely does have a lively bat. Definitely is capable of taking a line drive. Definitely a powerful athlete and hitter. He's got a bright future for these Westminster Wildcats. Oh, he swings on a bad pitch by Winborn.
The Lovett pitchers have just had the Wildcat batters on their toes all day. Funny swings, check swings, strikeouts, you name it.
Edmonton coming out soon. We're coming back. We're just going to keep that bed.
Keller, the King of Hearts, hosted.
Robert Winborn looking very intense on the mound, ready to throw the ball hard here, or a fastball, and he does, which is a pop fly, easily corralled by the right fielder, Alex Sales, who actually was part of that on the line kind of weird call earlier, where he had the good play, possibly a catch, possibly a trap by the glove. Nonetheless, it was an out. But definitely a solid outfielder nonetheless. Gives great effort.
That's just one of those classic trap/catch deal where a high school umpire, that's a really tough call. We've only got 2 umpires out here, and even the MLB umpires sometimes don't make that call, and they've got 4 umpires, but luckily they now have instant replay, which is just added last year.
Instant replay, a controversial addition. Some say it possibly ruins the umpire, the need for an umpire per se, for these calls. But, you know, it is what it is. Makes the game better, yet not the same classic thing as before. We will be back next side of the inning with WCAT. And we are back. Kenneth Hartsfeld offers the first pitch, and that is a strike. While number 22, Aaron Shunk, tried to bunt there, but no dice.
Yeah, Lovett's always kind of been known for small ball, whatever it takes, bunts, etc.
Lovett's always been a very disciplined team. So has Westminster in the past. Nobody knows why they have 3 errors so far. But oh, good 6-3 play to get the out.
He's our senior catcher
by Robert DeGoldie.
Number 19, Jake Fullweiler.
As Jake Fullweiler comes up to bat. Jake Fullweiler, definitely a good walk-up song, very catchy. As Hartsfeld offers a high and tight fastball to Fullweiler that he ducks away from, not wanting to get hit.
Good pitch right there on the outside corner. Kenneth finally seems to be gaining some control.
Kenneth is looking good in this game so far. Umpire signals 3-1 as the count. Kenneth doesn't want to be too easy here for a pitch in the strike zone. And sometimes ball 4 is better than a home run in that situation, because the batter's got a free swing and they're just going to clench their teeth and string right through that strike zone. Anything close, try and get a home run off of that.
Coming to the plate is number 30, Will Garrity, who is actually committed to play both football and baseball at Richmond, I believe.
Definitely a great athlete is Garrity.
His brother was also a pretty good athlete. He went to UNC to pitch. I'm not sure if he's still there, but still, that's an impressive place to go for baseball.
Definitely is. ACC, a great conference for baseball as well as basketball and many other sports. Definitely an honor to go there, as well as with the academics.
What sport do you guys broadcast the
A double play would be huge to get us out of here. We can't give up any more walks. It's just going to continue to hurt us.
Paul Hemus is ready for a ball to come his way, as are all the infielders.
He's got to be a little nervous making his first varsity debut and not knowing till this morning.
But definitely a lot of excitement as Hartsfeld works the count to 3-2 on Garrity. Definitely important pitch here. The man on.
Oh.
That's strike 3. Oh. And Jack Paul Hemius tries to apply the tag to the Lovett runner. I believe it is possibly Brady Andrew Scalf, but he missed the bounce there, the hop, if you will. And that is number 20, Hardy Jackson. On top of having a cool name, he seems to be a very good hitter. Definitely has some good form in the swing there. Oh. As the goalie just keeps that from going in the outfield there. Doesn't even try and tag him. More important things at hand.
Come on. Oh, yes, sir. He was slow in the call on that one.
Pitch looked a little inside, but maybe the umpire's making up for some other missed calls by calling that one a strike.
And a great play by Kenneth Hartsfeld, fielding his position to get the third out of the inning. We will be right back with Wildcat baseball. We are back with Wildcat Baseball. Matthew Failer here with Avery Rotes as Rankin Woolley comes up to bat.
Rankin stung 2 balls tonight for 2 hits. Let's hope he can continue his streak.
Oh, as he lays down a nice bunt, but ultimately will not get a hit out of that.
Coach Wren likes to play small ball with hot hitters. He thinks that he can catch the infielders off guard. Because the infielders are back with a good hitter with a lot of power. You know, they're actually, sitting back on those hard ground balls. So sometimes a bunt can catch them off guard. That one just got stuck right in the dirt. Easy play for the catcher.
They tell you to get it down that third base line. Possibly too short down there, but that was a very skillful bunt. Just needed a little more power. As Armand Painter smokes one into left field, a 1 hopper, 1 base. Then Connor Stutz comes up to bat. The lefty.
Senior right fielder number 15, Connor Stutz.
Fun fact, Stutz can actually hit switch sometimes, but with all the righty pitchers, he's hit lefty today.
Stutz makes good contact there, but not enough to get a hit, it seems.
Left fielder.
Lovett fans making dog sounds down there. Not very sure why, But of course, we're not really sure why the people at Lovett do anything they do.
They are sure not dogs. They've got a bunch of interesting tactics.
As Winborn comes set. Oh, and definitely not a good pitch there.
Headhunter right there.
Definitely very far from being in the strike zone, that's for sure.
A hit here would be huge, bring the game within 2 runs with about 2 innings left, or 3 innings left.
Should tell some of our viewers the high school baseball is actually not a full 9-inning game. Only lasts about 7 innings. With Davis hitting one into right field, bringing Painter home. With Benson coming up, great hitter, a lot of speed. Reminds us of a Jason Hayward type. Possibly a rough subject for some Atlanta Braves fans, just being traded away.
Yeah, definitely a good comparison to Jason Hayward. Similar positions, similar stature, similar power, similar hitters, really. They're similar everything. As the Lovett head coach comes out to groom the mound and maybe give some words of wisdom to pitcher Jake Fulweiler, or number 17, Robert Winborn.
And Westminster baseball coach Brent McGuire saying, you know, what do you say, 2-5? And Will Benson is not looking to say anything, but rather talk with his bat, hitting some good hits here.
With a home run on his last at bat, another one of those would tie up the game. I doubt the Lovett pitchers will give him any good pitches to hit, as a home run would tie the game, and they're not looking to give up one of those.
They're definitely looking to work the big strike zone of Will Benson, as he is about, I would say, 6'6", looking, and they definitely don't want to find an excuse to put it in the middle of the strike zone for him.
He's proven he will take advantage of those.
Will Benson, by his swings there, he definitely ready to take a rip at the ball each time he comes up there. Oh, as Benson swings through that, giving him a 2-2 count.
That was a huge swing there. You can tell he really wanted that one.
Benson tips one.
His last 2 at-bats now have gone into many pitches, as the last one was a 3-2 count where he batted off numerous foul balls and then eventually led to a home run. So let's see if he can work this pitcher now and hopefully get similar results.
Who definitely could use another home run, for sure.
Oh, that ball nicks him on the leg.
As he hits Benson with the pitch. Winborn still should be fresh, as
Wildcats better.
Shunk, I believe, lasted 4 innings. He hasn't really done much pitching out there. Definitely not a fatigue, but definitely just needs to wake up here.
Pitcher number 17, Robert Winborn, has been wild here for a while, hitting the last batter and not throwing that many strikes.
Just Robert Winborn definitely needs to get himself out of a pickle here. 1-0 count, 2 on, 2 out. Rhyming was unintentional, guys, but
these guys are best friends. Winborn and DeGolian.
Oh, I've also been informed that Winborn and DeGolian are actually best friends, and that that's definitely not going to stop either of them from doing their job, of course.
Come on!
And
All the way!
a pick off to first base. First base
And
gets
Davis.
past the first baseman. Safe.
Safe. Hunter Davis took the chance, rounding third there, but of course paid off and slid into home before the tag was applied, lessening the Cats' debt to 1 run.
This is a huge at bat now. Even though they're best friends, Diga definitely need a hit here would tie the game and would really cap off a great rally for the Cats. I believe this friendship sparked back at Buckhead baseball. But a lot of players from both teams started their careers there.
Definitely a fountain for players for each Westminster and Lovett. Buckhead baseball, NYO, things of that nature. As DeGolian works the count to definitely a hitter's count, 3-1 here. He's got a free swing if he so chooses.
It's definitely going to be sitting fastball, I would think, here, looking for something to hit, tie the ball game.
With Benson on third, he doesn't need much, but just a hit in general. As that goes to 2 on, having number 2 for the Cats.
Pitcher number 2, Kenneth Hartsfeld.
Kenneth Hartsfeld needs to get a hit here.
He's been doing pretty well on the mound. It'd be great if he could bring in Will Benson.
Yes, the King of Hearts seems to be the King of the Diamond today. Hoping he can hit one hard here to score a Benson run and tie this game up.
It'll be interesting to see what Coach Wren does here with first and third situation and 2 outs, whether or not he'll steal Robert DeGolian.
Oh, Kenneth Hartsfeld taking a swing there. Looks kind of passive, but definitely needs to swing that bat harder, score that run.
Get down.
And Hartsfeld swings on it, but it will be corralled in center field.
He stuck that one, but right to the center fielder. Nothing you can do about it.
I believe the center fielder, Willie Candler, caught that one. We'll be right back with Westminster Baseball. And big bad number 11, Wells Williams, coming to bat here. He is definitely wanting to score a run here to put the Lovett Lions ahead. And he swings on the first one, delivers a nice solid hit to center field.
Lovett's batter, he's our
as the
senior
roar
right
of
fielder,
a
number
lion
18,
comes on,
Alex Sales.
definitely alluding to their title of the Lovett Lions.
Thank you.
And number 18, Alex Sales, comes to bat. He's been making plays in this game.
It looks like a bunt's coming. I was just about to say, wouldn't be surprised to see Lovett play some small ball here, get a runner into scoring position with no outs. Wouldn't be surprised if they sacrifice an out to get the runner over.
As the Lovett dugout, making some quite annoying sounds over there. Nonetheless, it's very ritualistic.
They tend to be annoying.
King of the Diamond offers the first pitch. Ball, strike one. 1-1. We apologize. It appeared that a careless individual steps right in front of our camera there, but nonetheless, we are still here with Wildcat Baseball.
A ground ball would be great here with a chance of a double play.
Definitely would be great. As Sales tried to do just that, but it comes down the left foul line. Foul ball. Whoa, and a nasty changeup by Hartsfeld. Not working that time, but definitely aroused a few oohs and ahs. And also some claps. Great pitch either way. You know, it's not as much of a valued thing for some reason, for some people, but the great changeup is almost, I would say, better than a screaming fastball for me. If you know when to pull it out and know how to execute it well, it's really one of the best pitches you can throw.
It's definitely important for pitchers to have at least one off speed with a considerable difference in speed. And Kenneth has shown that he can definitely do that. And it definitely helps to have that changeup come out of the submarine style. Makes it even more confusing for hitters.
As we were saying earlier, the pitchers key a lot of, or the batters rather, key a lot of things off of the pitcher's arm motion. So with something like a submariner pitcher, it's a lot harder to judge what kind of pitch is coming. Oh! As Hartsfeld pulls out the off speed again. Very surprising. And Sales swings right through it.
And almost a great double play by Davis Conway, staying awake at catcher and almost getting the guy at first base. Conway's had a great game so far. Even though you might not see it, he's not hitting home runs or anything, but he's done a great job of keeping the ball in front of him and not letting it get past him.
I believe this is number 7, Willie Candler, up to bat. Candler's been very good for this team. And also for the football team, of course. As he smokes one, of course foul, but was very, very hard of a hit.
A double play is even more important here, considering that the top of the lineup's coming up. It'd be great to get out before the 1, 2, 3 hitters come up.
And another foul ball by Candler. Definitely wanting to choose his pitch. Or not choose his pitch. He's swinging at everything, but he's also fouling everything off.
Both teams have been fairly aggressive at the plate today. It just shows the mentality and the coaching from both teams. Oh.
Wild pitch by Kenneth Hartsfeld there. It was a little bit too far to the left for Conway to corral. And it appears there will be a new pitcher next inning for the Lovett Lions. It appears they're warming someone up in the bullpen.
I may be wrong, but it looks like number 30, Will Garrity.
Rankin-Woolley fires to first base to get the second out of the inning.
Lovett's batter, he's our senior pitcher, number 16.
Perhaps could have turned 2 in that situation, but just elects to throw it right to first.
I think he makes a smart decision there. Better to get 1 rather than none. And the runner at second was approaching second and was very close. Smart decision there by number 12, Rankin-Woolley.
It truly was, as Robert Winborn is up to bat. It appears his pitching night might be over, but he's definitely capable of helping his team out with a good hit here.
It's a crucial situation for the Cats. A hit scores 2 and increases the lead to 3 for Lovett.
Pitch too low from the King of Hearts as Robert Winborn lays off of it. Oh, and a dangerous pitch there by Kenneth Hartsfeld. Winborn lays off, I'm not sure why. That was straight through the center of the strike zone for him, but nonetheless, Kenneth Hartsfeld has a 1-1 count against big Robert Winborn. Just shy of the strike zone there is Hartsfeld, but Winborn is laying off everything at this at-bat. Oh, high and tight fastball from Hartsfeld that time. Getting kind of wild here, but still a solid pitching outing.
Showing some signs of fatigue. Tends to be missing inside. The submarine style usually tends to go inward towards the batters, towards right-handed batters, because the release point is farther to the right.
It definitely is. As Hartsfeld gets strike 2, working it to a 3-2 count. Hartsfeld definitely wants to get out of this inning with runners on second and third. He's worked a shutout so far in the innings that he has pitched, and he does not want to ruin that now.
Come on, right.
As Woolley throws to first, and he's out.
That's a huge play by Rankin Woolley. Great throw on the run. A crucial situation to get out of. Keeps the lead at 1 for Lovett.
And we will be back with more Westminster baseball after this break. We are back with the Cats. Sophomore DH, Charlie Bennett standing in. New pitcher, Will Garrity at the mound. Definitely packs a lot of speed on the fastball there.
Yeah, big guy. Gets a lot into that pitch.
It might be intimidating for a sophomore like Bennett to see, but old Charlie has played a lot of baseball and is definitely ready for something like this.
And a big hack by number 20 right there, Charlie Bennett.
As it hits the light, the stadium lights up there, definitely a hard hit. Just not in the right direction.
And another shot by there, number 20, Charlie Bennett. Just if he can straight one of those out, it'd be maybe even a gapper or for a double.
Yes, it turns out Ethan is Grant's best friend.
Charlie stands in, waiting for the pitch. Oh, and that was a perfect pitch for Charlie to swing at. Just gets caught off guard by the fastball.
That was a very good curveball there. A great compliment to his pretty fast fastball.
Avery, I understand that we're having a pretty good season at the JV level.
Number 18.
How's that going for the Cats?
You know, it's been an up and down season for the JV Batcats, but with a lot of games canceled due to the weather. But I think we should have a lot of future talent. As you can see, number 19, Jack Polheim, is called up today. Just one of the many names. We've got a doubleheader at Holy Innocents this Saturday. Come out and support.
A lot of great players at that level, including Avery Rotes that we have here, Christian Bradley, Raymond Baltz, and of course, as we mentioned earlier, Rankin Thompson.
Go get it, Fred. Let's go, Bob.
Also, the injured Ward Croft is a great player. We've missed having him.
Ooh. And new hitter in there, I believe that looks like Freddie Hart, possibly. Freddie, a very good hitter, has gone through the system and has waited a long time to get this chance. He digs in. And he is definitely taking his cuts well today.
Hey, you got it measured, Freddie. Let's go, buddy.
Freddie is definitely someone you can root for. Great kid. As he strikes out on 3 straight pitches is what you will see on the stat sheet, but doesn't tell the full story.
Number 12, Rankin.
He was tracking those pitches the whole time.
Rankin Woolley, I believe, is 3 for 3 on the day. It'd be great to make it 4 for 4, as the Cats still trail by 1 run.
Cats could definitely use some offense here. Ah, and that is fouled back. As you hear a shattering sound, but seems that was some audio added in.
Lovett's done a great job of music and announcing. It's been fun to watch.
Definitely has also gotten a good job of getting the Cats off their games in the dugout today. Using a lot of noise and chants and whatnot. Possibly gibberish to the average English speaker, but nonetheless getting the Cats off their game. Woolley lays off that one. But Garrity definitely being wary of this great hitter. As Woolley takes a huge cut there, just misses the pitch. But that is a full count, and he is ready to dig in.
And he skies one right to the shortstop. As Shunk makes a good play on the ball.
And those look very easy at times, but something that goes that high is very hard to judge. Good job by the shortstop there.
Especially at this time of day, with the sky not yet dark, but still kind of light. It actually makes the ball a lot harder to see.
Yes, this twilight daytime is not very suitable for fly balls and catching them. We'll be right back with Westminster Baseball. Matthew Failer, Navy Roots. We are back with Westminster Baseball. Matthew Failer and Avery Rhodes coming at you live from Lovett Baseball Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Has not yet been in honor of anyone. New stadium here as the 7-time state champion Lovett Lions dig in.
And the UGA commit, Shunk, drills one into the dugout, causing a few ducks from the players.
Definitely. Oh, and a very, very, very skinny hit by pitch there.
He's our senior catcher, number 19, Jake Fullweiler.
Definitely is a good day for Westminster, climbing back into this one, 6-7. We have the Georgia commit getting a base. Westminster has some commits on their team as well. JV player Ethan Price gaining some interest from Georgia Tech as well. But here is number 19, Jake Fullweiler, standing in.
Fullweiler shows bunt, and Will fouls it off.
Appeared to hit his shin there. That's not going to be a nice one.
It's been a pretty good crowd here tonight, I'd say, with fans from both teams.
Definitely a good crowd. A lot of Westminster people coming out to see this. Not too bad of a trip, but still good to see Westminster baseball fans coming to away games as well.
Fans always love to come watch these rivalries between Westminster and Lovett, no matter what sport it is. It's always fun to watch.
Always a lot of emotion in these games. As someone, I've experienced it at the varsity football level, of course. Possibly not being on the field for it, which I'm sure is where a lot of the jawing is. But walking into the stadium, there was definitely a lot of jawing at us from the Lovett side.
Yeah, that sure was a great game.
That game will definitely go down in the storybooks, in my book at least. Definitely a great game. Glad I got to be a part of it.
Fullweiler will at least look to move the runner over, put him in scoring position here.
Does hope too. And the Cats got Hartsfield specifically has got to continue this shutout as Conway tries to get an out there on the pitch out. But they definitely want to shut him out in this inning, just as they have in the 3 previous, to possibly get another run next inning and get them back into this game.
Ooh.
They've made it a game. Now they got to tie it up and eventually win it.
With only one more chance at bat for the Cats, they will be batting the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, which is very good for the Wildcats.
I have here is Painter, Stutz, and Davis, which all definitely have a lot of pop to their swings. And of course, after that, there's Benson and DeGolian, so they're coming into a hard part of the lineup in this last inning, hoping to get a run there. As Fullweiler stands in.
Another great block by catcher Davis Conway there. A lot of people don't recognize it, but if that ball gets past him, which it often does, the runner on first takes second and puts him into scoring position with no outs.
3-2 offering. That's a foul ball. Hartsfeld has actually had a fair amount of hit by pitches today, and alluding a lot to the fact that he is now a submarine pitcher, but also to the fact Lovett is wearing some camo printed jerseys today, which actually could be making them harder to see. I know that the U.S. Army uses similar things to camouflage their bodies during war. And so, you know, how is Hartsfeld going to avoid hitting the batters if he can't even see them?
As he almost does it again.
He almost does it again. That's ball 4. And of course, Jake Fulweiler tiptoeing to the first base bag, being sneaky in that camo jersey.
It looks like he'll be replaced by freshman Peyton Ringer.
Will Garrity.
Definitely looks like a speedy guy, Ringer. Definitely looks to be a good pinch runner for them to put him out there. As Garrity, the pitcher, stands in. Steps out of the box real quick.
Garrity shows bunt.
Oh, and Westminster covers it perfectly. Force out, double play. And that was just flawless coverage by the Westminster defense there.
That's a great call by Coach Wren on that bunt coverage. Perfectly played with the shortstop covering third. And freshman second baseman Jack Polhemus coming through in the clutch with a great pick there at first base.
Polhemus definitely did a great job there covering first, as Avery said. And do we have a change in the call? Possibly.
Coach Wren will argue this. Not sure if it'll help him. It appears that the umpires are saying that Polhemus stepped off the bag or came off slightly early. That would have been a huge double play.
I simply didn't see anything. The fans, Rankin Thompson, the varsity snub, is definitely showing his discontent, reacting very aggressively to that call.
Pitcher, number 24, Austin Jeter.
Once again, a lot of controversial calls in this game. Usually not going the Cats' way, just as you can definitely hear through the Westminster fans.
As Austin Jeter is the courtesy runner.
Now batting for the Lovett Lions.
No relation to Derek Jeter of the New York Yankees.
Senior second baseman, number 20, Harvey Jackson.
As Harvey Jackson stands in. I believe Harvey is the new addition to this lineup for this inning. Someone shouted home cooking. Not sure why. But as we said before, it's Lovett, and we don't know why they do the things that they do.
I will say I doubt it is the concession stand that they're speaking of.
I also doubt it's the concession stand, as they do not cook anything in there. I was there earlier. I did not see a single oven. Oh, and a checked swing by Harvey Jackson. Actually a strike on an amazing pitch by Kenneth Hartsfeld.
A pitcher's count here, 0-2. Kenneth's got a few pitches to fool around with.
Oh, and Rankin Woolley dove under that ball. A run scores. Rankin tried to just kind of, I don't know what he was trying to do. Just kind of let that one go. Possibly could have stayed upright and still fielded that ball, but we'll never know. And a run scores, and that stretches the Lovett lead to 2 with only 1 inning for the Westminster hitters to clean this all up.
Yeah, it's almost a great play there by the third baseman, Rankin Woolley. Just kind of nicks off the palm of his glove and shot out into left field, just an unlucky bounce that led to another run for the Lions. And now with a runner standing on third, they've got a chance to increase their lead.
Definitely Rankin showing some mobility there. The question arises, though, should he have laid off it to let the shortstop DeGolian possibly have a crack at it? He was behind Rankin, possibly could have gotten in a better position, but as I said before, we'll never know. Oh.
Number 11, Wells Williams, cracks one in between the pitcher's legs up the middle for a single that will bring in another run, increase the Lions' lead to 3.
This spells trouble for the Westminster Wildcats.
Number 18, Alex Sales.
Lovett cheering and howling and making all their usual noises over there. But looking grim for the Wildcats with only 1 inning to do all this. They did score 4 runs earlier on in the game, but you have to wonder, with it being so late in the game, if they still have that in them. As number 18, Alex Sales, steps out of the batter box mid-pitch. Is not counted as a strike, but
a shot down the first base line. Almost gets around the bag for a fair ball, but just foul. Alex Sales is another senior for the Lions. With a lot of seniors in their lineup, a very experienced team, especially with the state championship, I think 2 years ago. It'll definitely be a huge loss next year without all those seniors on the team.
Yes, these teams actually met in the state championship 2 years ago. Won't happen again for quite some time, as they're not in the same division anymore. But they will have to meet the talented Wesleyan team in the playoffs, possibly, if they are wanting to get a state championship, which will be a tough test, losing 9-1 yesterday.
Even though Lovett seems to have a very experienced old team, I can only spot 2 seniors on the field right now for the Cats, which right now might not be that great, but next year we'll have plenty of experience.
Yes, those seniors being Robert DeGolian and Hunter Davis.
3, my bad. Hunter Davis, Robert DeGolian, and Connor Stutz.
With a lot of injuries to the Cats. Dalton Light being injured. Rankin Woolley having some elbow problems, though he's not a senior. But a lot of injuries for the Cats recently.
Would have been interesting to see if the Cats, with their healthy lineup, how this game would have gone. Would have been, I think it would have gone a little differently with possibly Blake Huber on the mound, but he broke the tip of his finger recently. But he will be coming back soon, hopefully in time for playoffs and the region scramble next week.
With also Nick East being injured, the reason Davis Conway is out there at catcher, usually playing second base, which then moves a young Jack Paul Hemius over to that spot, which is It just makes it younger. Definitely gives experience. Paul Hemus hasn't made many bad plays yet today, but he's been good. And Cats haven't suffered too much.
And it appears that Westminster just gave the base to number 18, Alex Sales, in order to get the force play at all bases. Maybe they'd rather deal with number 7, Willie Candler.
Definitely a coaching strategy to load the bases and having a forced out at each base.
Turns out, despite what the scoreboard says, there's still one out. So that move allows the opportunity for a double play.
And that's the first we've seen Blake Huber on the field today as he goes to retrieve that ball. Can't wait to have him back. Hartsfeld tries to get a, I believe that was some kind of breaking pitch coming down in the zone.
Yeah, just missed there. Almost a very good pitch. Come on, Jack.
And that is a double play, which will get the Cats out of the inning. Gives them a chance to tie the game up, possibly win in this next inning. We have plenty of action left for you with Wildcat Baseball. Back at you with Wildcat Baseball. Armand Painter stands in to start this crucial inning. Bill Garrity offers the first pitch. That is outside.
It's going to take a little while, but Cats got to rally for 3 runs here in their last opportunity. A high strike leads to more discontent among the Westminster fans as boos are shared.
And an interesting fact here, Lovett is wearing blue, the Empire is wearing blue. Coincidence? Who knows?
Illuminati.
Illuminati. And the Lovett dugout is shouting finish him, saying they want Garrity to strike out Painter. As Painter, it's a late swing, but eventually fouls it off. Looking to make some better contact with that next time. Looks like with some nice power, nice timing, he could drive one into left center or right center.
He had a nice line drive into left field earlier in the game that led to a single. It'd be great if he could get us started here by doing just that.
And that is ball 4, which will bring Painter to first base. Starting it off well.
That's just what you need. Easy, free base to get the team going, with now the heart of the order up. The outside pitch is called a strike. Start the count off 0-1 on Connor Stutz.
Connor Stutz, a familiar face for Westminster baseball fans. He has been in the mix with everybody since, I believe, his sophomore year.
I think even freshman year, actually. Even in the lineup. Maybe sophomore, actually. That's possible.
Definitely an early comer to this Westminster team.
As he fouls one back. 1-2 count. Is there any left? Yeah. Nice.
Connor Stutz, very balanced when he comes to his position. Definitely a strong guy, can hit the ball, as he shows there. And grounds into almost a double play. Kind of rolled his wrists over and beat that ball into the ground there. It was very easy for the second baseman to field.
Yeah, just barely rolled over that one.
And Connor Stutz will be replaced by pinch runner Harrison Jones, a speedy junior out of Atlanta.
Wildcats batter, left fielder, number 13, Hunter Davis.
Yeah, you good. That's good.
Hunter Davis coming in. As Garrity offers the pitch. Strike.
Hunter Davis got to be a little sore after he pitched 3 innings against Wesleyan yesterday in that tough loss. But stands in now.
And a good breaking ball. Possibly broke a little bit too much by Will Garrity. You could definitely see that one sink and go outside for Hunter Davis. And he lays off. 1-1. Hunter Davis chips that one. And Jones will be forced to go to second. But Davis is thrown out at first. With 2 outs. We got to get 3 runs here or the game's over.
1 out left for the Cats with number 25 Will Benson stepping in, who homered earlier in the game.
Yes, we could definitely use another homer here by Benson. Or really any hit. And if Benson gets on base, that will bring on Robert DeGolian. Who possibly could bring a few home. I'm not sure if he's really a home run threat that would get the game even automatically, but solid hitter.
If he gets a hold of one with the combined with the speed of Garrity's fastball, he can definitely hit one out of here. Once again, what the Westminster fans would call a bad call from the umpire. More boos arise from the Westminster fans.
Although the Lovett fans might call it a good call.
Oh my. Another bad call on a check swing by Benson. I mean, at this point it's getting ridiculous. Benson steps out with 1 strike left in the game.
Garrity, it's a very powerful fastball outside of the strike zone there.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to put a little bit more velocity on that one and lost some accuracy.
Oh, Benson smokes one into right field. Harrison Jones coming around third to score the run. Definitely a good hit by Benson. Brings the Lovett lead down to 2.
Wildcats batter.
And
Senior number 7, Robert DeGolian.
it appears that umpires' calls will not affect him. And so that was a good hit by Will Benson.
Yeah, it was a very crucial and clutch hit to keep the rally going and give the Cats a chance. As Robert DeGolian, the pitcher and now shortstop, steps into the game. Oh, ahead.
Kenneth Hartsfeld goes to catch that ball.
A nifty catch and a little behind-the-back maneuver to the catcher, flashing some style out there on the on-deck circle.
Very flashy from the King of Diamonds.
DeGolian finds himself 0-2 after fouling off that one. 1 strike left again in the game. He's got to fight here. He's played pretty well so far today. But I'm sure as a senior, a hit here against Lovett in a crucial situation would mean a lot to him.
And DeGolian lays off that pitch. Wasn't willing to swing through that and lives to fight another day.
As DeGolian steps out, take his time, wasn't feeling comfortable, and now steps back in.
And DeGolian hits it. Looks like it's going to be caught. That is game over for the Wildcats. It was a great game through and through, but for my partner Avery Rotes, I am Matthew Failer, signing off from WCAT.